So we're rolling. And I do this for every interview, just in case somebody else is editing the footage. So can I have you start by giving me your name, duty, title, or position, and unit?
Yeah, name is Khallid Shabazz, Khallid, Shabazz. My unit is 94th AAMDC. I am the command chaplain for the 94th AAMDC. Colonel, Doctor, Imam.
And I'm happy you look at me. But all right, so in the past week you said that there are two types of people that don't learn: arrogant and the shy. With that being said, how do you correct that arrogant leader?
Yeah, there's two people in my mind that don't learn: the shy and the arrogant. The shy never asks the question, and the arrogant think they know it all. How do you correct an arrogant leader? The Quran says that when the ignorant address you, just say peace. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says, don't get angry. Don't get angry. And he said, what is the key to paradise? Don't get angry. Most of the time when you're dealing with people who are kind of full of themselves, who are arrogant, you gotta be very patient with those people and show them kindness and love. And I know this is not necessarily the way our society does things, but usually when people, even if they're arrogant, they're self-reflective at some points in their life, and they usually circle the wagons to tell you maybe they're sorry about how they spoke to you. I've used that in the past for quite some time.
And also, I've noticed that you empower people. Can you speak on how your selfless service has become one of your strong traits?
Yeah, my mom was a devout Christian. We used to go door to door, passing out flyers, always empowering the downtrodden and oppressed, as the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah talks about. And so for me, that's been in me my whole life. After I got over my issues of self-esteem and lack of self-worth, I decided to uplift myself. I wanted to empower other people. But first I had to empower myself. So empowering myself, I decided and I learned how to empower other people. By empowering other people, it actually gives me life. It gives me purpose, being able to help other human beings reach their potential. So it has helped me tremendously, not just in empowering people. It has also helped me move through the ranks in the military.
And so, being an ambassador of the Islamic faith and officer in the profession of arms, sometimes that might present a conflict of interest. How do you deal with that?
Well, I know people think it creates a conflict of interest, but not for me, because I am who I am, and I carry myself accordingly, whether I'm being an ambassador for Islam or an officer of the United States Army. I'm not one of those people who fluctuate in what I'm saying. I have different values when I'm talking to different people. I am who I am, whether I'm with the Muslims, I'm with the Christians, I'm with the Jews, or I'm with a bunch of Army officers. I think it's important in life to be who you are, to have your values no matter where you are. I think a lot of people lose themselves because their values shift depending upon the people they're with. And I think that's why people are unhappy. Me, I don't do that. I am who I am, and most of the time people accept that, and sometimes they don't. But I feel comfortable laying my head on the pillow, knowing that I didn't have to put on and shuck and jive for people.
So what has the process been like for you finding yourself through Islam?
Oh man, it's been phenomenal. For me, as I've told many people, I was molested when I was 10 years old. I was in special education in the 8th grade, failed the 9th grade, failed the 12th grade. When I finally got on my feet, I went to college because of my physical prowess. I played basketball, but I was a very angry person because I always felt dumb. I always felt insecure. And then after I was expelled from college, I needed to find a way to find who I was, so I came in the Army. That didn't work out as well as I planned. I had 2 Article 15s getting ready to get chaptered out of the Army. And I found a mentor. Well, he found me and started to rebuild me. One of the key things that happened in my life, I saw the movie Malcolm X, and he was the first man, really the first man that I saw in my life, and he had an 8th grade education. I identified with that because I thought I was not a smart person. And so how he rebuilt his life, I took on the challenge of rebuilding my life. And that was through Islam. One of the first things said in the Quran, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your Lord. Islam compels us to be educated people. And so I said to myself, I am going to be as educated as I can so I can stand and keep in the promise to my mom, because she wanted me to be an intelligent person. She wanted me to be a dignified person. She wanted me to be an upright person. So I promised myself I was going to do that, not only for myself, but for her, so she can see her son be something one day before she left this earth. And she left this earth knowing that I had got a doctorate degree. That is like one of the most profound things that I have done in my life. And so I can stand, whether a person, a king, a ruler, a very important person, I can stand with that person, look them eye to eye, knowing that I'm just as intelligent and just as worthy. That's what Islam has done for me.